I came across.
I'm wondering what would be the point if you dump it. If you know where you dumped it, you go back and get it later on when all the stuff is blows over, right?
Yeah.
And then you knock down the building a couple of blocks away and make sure it was probably holding records of stuff that you took out.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a.
John Jr. was telling us everything in George magazine. We didn't know what he was talking about because he was talking in code.
Who was now?
John Jr.
Oh, he talked about it in George.
He got the whole magazine is coded from cover to cover.
Mm.
He named it George because he was after George Bush.
George Bush. That's why. Oh my goodness.
The CIA the ones told him that who killed his daddy. They figured because he was a clean cut pale face that he wasn't going. They keep forgetting they Irish, and Irish is just light skinned Negroes.
Well, now there's a man that and of course Dr. Key has had him on her show. I think she has, at least she's talked to him, that says that he is the real JFK, and talks a lot about a lot of different things, including Mr. Trump not being the
I know what you're talking about, but I never listened to him. I don't know. He said that he was switched with the son Aristotle Onassis when Jackie took up with him.
That's not what he says in the book. He says that one of Aristotle Onassis' son was actually murdered in his presence, but he I don't know where the boy allegedly came from that he claims that wasn't the real John. But he said the reason why they called him John because he was the original one. But he said he was related to Trump. And he also says that Trump was killed in a helicopter crash, with two executives on New Jersey Turnpike. And that he actually was taken by his handler to saw his body, because apparently Trump was a helicopter pilot also. I don't know if Trump still knows how to fly.
Well, I know they got more than one Trump.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking those more than one has to do more with protection, but we're talking about way back whenever that crash was, that he was on that. He was piloting the plane that he had perhaps had upset some people like in the mob or something, and they kind of put something on the plane the helicopter that took it down.
If they got 3 Trumps right now, that means they used to have 4.
Okay. I get it.
And it ain't no guarantee that the one that he seen dead was the real Trump.
That's true. But he does talk about it in the book. Yeah.
I never read the book, so I don't know.
We even mentioned a little boy that was there at the same time he was. He said one day I'm going to be star. He said the boy was Denzel Washington, and he has a picture in there of them at this event. And so I was like, oh, but it almost seems like if that was true, it would almost put Denzel more into one of those MK Ultra type situations, having been groomed. But I don't know. But he says it in the book.
I'm not familiar enough with his background and story to comment on it. I know who you're talking about. I know some of his story, but like I never read his book. I never talked to him. I don't know none of the details, but I have came across him on Dr. Kia's show a couple times, but I didn't listen to the whole, broadcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let me make sure I want to put this up. Listen, for those of you who love to support Chief. I know we've been usually put his Cash App up, but just like us, his Cash App has been sabotaged. Something about we don't know what's up with Cash App, but seems like when we do what we do, we get targeted by them and they shut us down. So Chief has PayPal. I want you to take note of this, please. is at SikApe01, and it's PayPal. We need to show our love to this man who studies and takes in all this information and takes all these hours to sit. I mean, he did a interview the other day. I think it was 4 hours. I was like, okay, he just like, so I want to make sure that I put that up so that we can literally show him how much we care. But yeah, they took our Cash App too, like almost a year ago. And I tell you, if you're waiting for them to respond by email, stop waiting, because they don't.
I'm waiting in the same way I'm waiting for anything else. If it happened, it happened.
They won't.
I don't
They
believe.
don't.
I don't believe. I don't believe nothing that anybody in this system tell me till they show me.
All right. Well, they showed us. A year later, I'm still waiting for an explanation as to why they shut our Cash App down. So whatever. What did I do that was illegal? Not unless it has something to do with what we say on the show. I definitely did nothing illegal with them. So we just, but we do want to make sure.
Yeah, they've been blocking me almost 2 weeks for Cash App.
And that, yeah,
The only reason.
Yeah, somebody sent 100 notes to me for House of Real Record Minds. I could think the other day. I can't even remember the sister's name, but the sister, you know who you are. It's gonna come back to you because we don't have Cash. And they just hold it and then they send it back to you. I hope they send it back because it doesn't come to us. We don't get anything. So when it comes to that, we do have PayPal and Zelle, but yeah, just make sure that you don't use Chief's Cash App anymore. And I think I have the Cash App in the description, so don't pay attention to the Cash App in the description. We're now PayPal. Yeah. So, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to hold you and make you do like 4 hours. I don't. Oh, you know what? I don't have a flyer for it, y'all. But on Friday, because I've been waiting for Grand Sheik to give me the title for Friday. But we will be on Friday, Grand Sheik and I, and this Friday coming up at 7:30 Eastern. So. And I'm looking forward to when we introduce that new song, Chief.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
glad you like it. I think they'll like it. I think they'll like it. I like it. I got it on heavy rotation in my little playlist and so forth. They'll be singing it, I think. The ones that can. But yeah, we're gonna
Fire. I was like, I couldn't even believe who you told me was singing.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not gonna tell them, but it's catchy, isn't it?
As they used to say back in the 50s and 60s, it's groovy, baby, groovy.
It is absolutely. Shout out to brother Rod's Bristol Bay. He's the bomb, as they say, he's the bomb.com when it comes to that. So when folks hear they hear the new song, they're gonna like, oh wow, you can. But I'm waiting because we're to do a video intro with it, so it'll be our new intro. But Sister Cynthia said, make it short. I don't want to make it short. We'll play the whole thing. I just like the whole thing, But it's good. It's good. I mean, I'm excited. And I know they love to hear my spiritual daughter sing. But she did that song 10 years ago. It was 2015. She sang it on the phone, and we just put it up just like it was off the like the phone recording. But this is a major upgrade as far as just having I'm not going to retire her song altogether, but I think they'll like the new one. You liked it. Yeah. So but yeah, so Grand Sheik is going to be on. I just don't have a thing to put up to tell you because he didn't tell me what he wanted us to talk about, but he told me he would tell me. So sometime between now and Friday I will know, but we'll be on to talk about something. And he might even be here. So he's talking about maybe coming to Delaware. So he might even be sitting beside me like old times. He said he misses me. Chief, before we go, Is there anything else you wanna tell us? Because I've been kind of running things and directing things, but tell us something that you didn't get to say that you want to say. Take out however long you want.
I don't have a lot left. Just pay attention to the solar flares and the Schumann resonance because that's where the genetic upgrades is coming from. And you be feeling funny, go check it because it might be related to you being upgraded.
I've been feeling funny lately. So what's that mean?
Look up the Schumann resonance and the solar flares. They going at it. They having a whole conversation.
Should we? So we shouldn't be avoiding them, right or no?
No, look, the universe speaking frequency. They don't use English.
Mhm.
And the frequency is measurable by man-made instruments. So you can actually see what the sun is doing and what the earth is doing in response. They're having a whole two-way dialogue.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel a little different. You know what I mean? And I've been trying to figure out why I feel different. You know what I mean? Why I'm feeling certain feelings of, and maybe that's something to do with that. I don't know.
Well, I know the women gonna get the most upgrades faster than anybody else because they control mitochondria, and that's where the genetic upgrades is coming through the frequency that comes through the mitochondria.
So the solar flares, are we seeing them or just feeling them? I mean, are we literally gonna see things shoot flat in the sky, or is it just energy that is just
The aurora borealis or the northern lights and the southern lights
Mhm.
going to be able to be seen in places where they're not normally seen because of the frequencies coming in. It's giving like a ripple effect, a rolling um, aura response. So you be able, they've been reporting it and filming it too. Some people been on social media filming
a wannabe controlling dictatorship type of energy amongst our own people. So for those who might not have the personal self-confidence or the access to teachers that have the wisdom, like brothers like you or a lot of the other master teachers that have been on here, what would you tell them in regards to tapping into that next level of energy, or even like trying to open up their mind? Let's talk about the mind to like access brain levels like Lucy.
learn self-talk. If you don't do nothing else, the art and science of self-talk, you can navigate your own self to whatever you want to do. You got to learn. You got to remember, Michael Jordan wasn't the greatest of all time in basketball when he was 13. He didn't know how to play basketball. He had to learn how to play basketball, but his passion at the time was baseball. But instead of pursuing baseball, he settled on basketball and became the GOAT. So this telling you that because you don't know how to do something, don't mean the potential to learn is not present with you, right? Malachi got a book called Your Potential, right? And it's talking about you can do whatever you train yourself to do. You got to be willing to practice. You have to have a desire to want to learn something in order for you to apply yourself. You're not going to learn something you ain't got no interest in. I don't care who try to force it down your throat. You're not going to learn it. You're going to try to ignore it. But if you're interested in, you're going to focus, you're going to concentrate, and you're going to pay attention. Focus, concentration, and attention means active downloading of the methodology of the thing you didn't know that you're interested in knowing. And you got to remember, when you first learn something, cognitive dissonance is there, but if you wait a little while, it'll settle and you'll understand it better. Don't try to understand everything as soon as you hear it or see it. Sometimes you just got to sit with the information because your subconscious mind have a unique ability to make stuff connect for you. We call that planting a seed. And all you have to do, plant your own seed. And whatever it is you want to learn, you can learn it. It ain't nothing. You could be 50 years old and still go to school and learn how to be a brain surgeon. It ain't no time limit on learning. The only thing that's a limit on learning is the ambition to learn. That's the only limit. And you can do way more than you know, but you've been told you can't do shit because you didn't come from shit. So all you can be is a piece of shit because you practicing being shit, the waste product of the intestines. And as long as you practicing being a waste product, you're going to be a product of waste.
Oh man, I love it. Oh man. Oh man. Okay. So I'm gonna take a breath and just really try to figure this out. All right. So now I want to figure out. All right. I'm gonna give thanks to the ancestors, man, because without them, none of this is happening. Because this is like the second one of them one shows in less than a week, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I already knew this one was gonna be one of them ones too. But
Hey, look, Yin Yang Princess say rise above emotions.
yeah,
Learn to read your emotion instead of reacting to your emotion.
yeah,
Learn to read your emotion, but you first have to calibrate emotionally by determining if your emotions is in proper context to the circumstances and situation that elicits the emotion. If it's an out of context emotion, that means you have a thinking error in relation to the subject matter. Learn to read your emotions, and you won't have to rise above them. You can use them as a navigation system for your Earth rover. That's what the purpose of it is.
That's real deep. Because I was just talking to the Young Kings like a week or two ago about that topic with emotions and energy and motion and how, you know what I'm saying, to like be able to tap into like that inner self, that first eye, third eye, mind's eye, Ori, whatever you want to call it, being able to tap into that neo-ness in this matrix, being the one, being able, and let's go back to the mother. Shout out to Sophia Stewart, the author of the book, The Third Eye, which led to the Matrix and to the Terminator. They all that, right? That came back to Big Mama. What we talking about? All those movies that we saw, Matrix, Terminator, and a bunch of other movies, all came from the vision of the matriarch, the mother, Sophia
There's
Stewart.
two movies we always leave out that's inspired by them series.
Which two?
I, Robot. That's the middle. That's the rise of the machines. I, Robot. When the machine started doing its own thing. And it's another one called AI. It's about a little boy. He'll never grow up because he's artificial intelligence. He's a robot, he's android. But those were inspired by the Terminator and the Matrix.
Yes, sir. That's deep. Which came from the mother, the feminine energy. Okay, so let me ask you this. In regards to Doc, shout out to Doc, Freedom Master Teacher, Dr. York. What was the significance of him building Tamarie in Georgia? And for those who don't know what Tamarie is, can you kind of share with the tribe like what Tamarie was and where it was built and why?
So the words Tamaray is short for Tamiri and Ray, which is Ra. Tamiri is the great mother, and Ra is the great father. It's the kinetic representation of the hierarchy of the family structure. The story that we know as the holy drama, Osiris versus Set, the slaying of Osiris, the Isis birthing Heru to redeem the father and redeem the throne from his wicked uncle. That's a blueprint. It's a map. It's a instructional guide for the rightful heir, which is the persona called Heru or Emmanuel biblically. right, to reclaim the father's throne from his wicked uncle. Noble Ali wrote, "Beware your uncle; he'll sell you into slavery." Right.
Oh.
So the wicked uncle is the symbol for the system that has went astray from the path that the throne is supposed to hold. Right? He ain't wicked in truth, he's wicked in error. So we look at where does the error come in? Because the wisdom is in the error. When you understand what the Freudian slip is for, it's the sudden outburst of truth in the middle of a discussion. Right? So you learn to read the error, and then you can see the wisdom in the error of our ways.
Can you repeat the first part of that again? Because like that, a lot of people might know it, but for real, like that's deep. Because like even in my own mind, I heard it reverberate. It was echoing because you said some real shit with that. Can you repeat that one more time about the Freudian slip?
The Freudian slip is the accidental exposure of the truth in the middle of a discussion. It's the revelation of truth where it shouldn't be. A Freudian slip in psychology, psychiatry mean that you blurted something out that you did not intend to say. You said the quiet part out loud. It's a Freudian slip. The Freudian slip reveals the truth that's concealed.
That's deep. That's real deep. Okay, so now because it's concealing this, it's bringing to the forefront the truth that's concealed, right? So, man, look, let me ask you this, since we're talking about that, because for one, there's a lot of revelations that I feel like took place tonight already, especially when you talk about ancient Kemet and like being the origin of it being here in Turtle Island, also known as America, also known as the Corporation of the U.S., right? But then you also mentioned that Tupac has a tie and a connection to King Tut, and also with the Grand Canyon in Arizona and Amaru, the Amaru tribe. Can you kind of go a little deeper into that connection in regards to like Pac, Amaru, and the connection to the Grand Canyon and the Grand Canyon's connection to Kemet?
Well, remember, Grand Canyon is the original, Kemet is the replica.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. The Amaru is known in ancient times as the Nagas. The Nagas kings used to use the serpent for a symbol. The serpent symbol is wisdom. And like I come from the monkey tribe. So monkey see snake. The monkey don't have to watch the snake to know where he at. He can go in the bushes, and the monkey could be looking in the other direction. But if he come anywhere else outside the bushes toward where we at, the monkey already know. Monkey see snake. Monkey don't forget where snake at. He can see him with his third eye, his monkey mind, Sako Mao. He can pay attention to the movement of the serpent. So Tupac Amaru means the wise serpent. So it tells the Monkey King, watch the wise serpent, and he gonna tell you the story. This is ancient. This go all the way back to Atlantis or the Great Atlan. And we use these methods to change systems at the close of every age. This is not our first rodeo. And every one of the ones, they have to identify themselves in a coded manner. Right? So remember, Tupac got shot at Quad Studio. And the realest shit I ever wrote, he said gunshots to Tuck, now he's stuck. Fuck the rap game. This is M.O.B. Everybody thought he was talking about some dude from New York they called King Tut, who was a stick-up boy. He wasn't talking about him. He was self-identifying. Following the instructions that he got from Haitian Jack. How do I know he got the instructions from Haitian Jack? Because he said, listen while I take you back and lace this track, the real live tale about a snitch named Haitian Jack.
Yeah. Knew he was
right?
by the feds. Yeah. Oh, we about
It's
to go.
codes. Tupac got codes all through his music.
We about to go deep.
So when you know who you are, it helps you to see who everybody else was. No, Christopher Wallace was Chief Sitting Bull. If you go to Google and you write, put in Biggie Small sitting, you're just gonna see a whole bunch of pictures of him sitting down. Why? Because Chief Sitting Bull was sitting on his post, didn't want to get his lazy ass up. So he got to get thrashed in the public without responding. He got to take that shit because he know he was wrong for letting the enemy come in and don't sound the alarm. Meanwhile, old dirty bastard embodying the energy of Chief Crazy Horse is telling you the truth while everybody else is calling him crazy. Only one of the chiefs is going to pay this Shinnecock chief any attention because he's Crazy Horse. Right? And I'm going on with this because there's a whole bunch of them. I can rattle off Chief Zolo. That's Darkman X, DMX. He always on the heels of Tupac. The Great Father walked with a black dog on his heels. Chief Zolo. The Zolo hairless Mexican dog was named after Chief Zolo. Chief Zolo reincarnated as DMX, Earl Simmons. Right? I can keep going on and on, but you get what I'm saying. So Tupac ties. His job was to face meet as many chiefs as he could, and then put them out front. Curtis Jackson, Big 50, right? Old Louisiana Conjure Man with the Unbreakable Conjure, the March of the Mayors, the 50 Sisters Resurrection. The 50 Sisters have to come if the 50 niggas fail, or the 50 niggas, right? The only way they can fail is if they don't call for the sisters. So they can't never fail. If they go into war and they win in the war to overthrow the industry from the inside, what industry? The Hollywood industry, music, movies, artistic expression, and the right to your artistic materials. This was their war. Where other people was fighting political wars on the political front with imposters. But the politics is irrelevant because all politicians is puppets. We want where the real power at. We want the ones behind the scene. Right? Haile Selassie came back as Nipsey Hussle, the emperor. He gonna always, wherever he go, he gonna always find a way to be welcome the motherfucking boss. That's just his nature. He can't help it. What's royalty in you, it's gotta be expressed outwardly. Right? It just so happened that he was loyal to the 60s. And it wasn't the 60s who put the hit on him. And don't make me show you the hit.
Man. Oh. Oh man, it's a classic. Okay.
E40 is the connector. Use the shield of the music industry to join the chiefs behind the scenes. Everywhere you go, meet with the local chiefs. Let them know we coming back for everything they owe. It just so happened they owe us everything. 40 water. That's 2020. See clear through the water.
So let me ask you this, because Pop, this is dope. Like, this is dope because I had no idea this was gonna go here today, but because like I it's certain ones that just them ones for me, and Pop was one of them ones. Like I said, it's like El High. So Pop, like I read a lot about stuff that I didn't know, even just in this book, his book of poems, The Road That Grew from Concrete. And it's like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what Pop was. And I know people knew Pop, and I
gotta say something. Hold on. I gotta say something. Nip ain't dead. Don't believe that bullshit. Nip ain't gone nowhere. Y'all gonna see him when y'all see Tupac. He ain't gone nowhere either. Biggie ain't gone nowhere either. But sometimes you have to get out the people way in order for the people to get free, and you can't clog up the lane. Everybody you think dead ain't dead. Pimp C can stay getting on my nerves talking about, come on, man, brother need to be sane. Come on, hurry up with your work, man. He get on my nerves with that shit. He always coming to me telling me, come on, man, you know how it is. The pimp need to be seen, man. They can't see me back here. Wherever he hiding out at, extracted is the right word. Wherever Pimp C hiding out at, he don't like it there because he can't be seen how he want to be seen.
Bruh. Man, listen, you really going.
Aaliyah and Left Eye is on Sabi Ranch in Honduras.
Say it one more time.
Aaliyah and Left Eye on Sabi Ranch in Honduras, but not the ranch everybody be going to. He had another one. It's a safe haven. Come on, man. We ain't finna just we tired of losing our good people to rotten shit. We had to come up with a counteroffensive. When we determined that they got a mark on their head to execute them, they not staying. They can say what they want in the public. They can tell the story and slant it however they want in the news. Go back and look at Benghazi at Tupac holding that AK-47, and that'll explain something to you.
Okay.
This shit is global, man. This is deeper than we can talk about because there's so much that people are misled to believe. Right? Ibrahim Traore is not he handpicked by the big mamas in the land. This is why when you see all of the countries a couple of days ago, every country in Africa had a hands-off Ibrahim Traore parade. Leave that man alone. I'm telling you, the worst thing you can do is martyr him right now.
If you touch him, boy, listen, because you got people. I'm telling you, you got the Dessalines energy. You like it's a lot of energy at play right now.
We pushing Patrice Lumumba, Stephen Biko energy. He coming Stephen Biko, Patrice Lumumba, liberate my people energy.